Hey man, we'll get everybody a second to log on because I got something good to share with you. And matter of fact, I need to talk about this one. Do you know that words will change your reality because words word existed before reality? I want you to get this concept. All that exists came after the word. In the beginning was word before there was this. Before there was this. Before there was you. I want this to sink in. Word. Okay? That is a fundamental criteria in the gospel. John even had conversations with the very word that existed before all creation. And that very word articulated to John, however, the truth about reality. So words will change your reality. This is going to change your life. Okay? This is not religion. This is truth. This is Christianity. That's why John wrote, in the beginning was the word. Okay? Before all this, word. Really? Before that existed was words? Word. And the word, it was with God. Well, we know that God is the creator. So word and God existed before reality. Get this in your heart. At the same time, word is the God. It's the nature of God. It is God. But that's still before reality. This is in the beginning. Laying the groundwork of truth and reality. Word is he. He was in the beginning with God. So that all things that exist, the reality we live in, oh man, came through him, which is word. And apart from him, that means apart from word, nothing that exists came into being. How vital. That's why we hear the word life and death literally is in your tongue. Sorry, that's tucked my tongue out, but I had to make that illustration. Do you get that in your heart? What you say will define your reality. It will define your future. Okay? Are we there? Jesus, later in John 1:14, the word actually became flesh and lived among us. We saw his glory. He is the Son of the Father being God. Jesus defines the word. So before all existed, man, the word was here. Powerful. So having said that, you've heard faith teachers teach, and they are correct in saying that. Who are you in Christ? What are you saying? If life and death is in the power of your tongue, do you want to speak what the word says about you? Are you sick or are you healed? See, those two things are contrary to each other, just as much as death and life are contrary, are contrasted. You cannot be sick and well. How are you talking? As we look back into Isaiah 53, whose report will you believe? You know what I'm going to believe? I'm going to believe the report of the word that existed before reality came into being. I'm going to believe that report, that by the stripes I am healed. Peter says by his stripes we were healed in the past. Is that resonating? So when we live in life, you know, we could say, well, doctor said the sickness, doctor said it might die. No, say what God says about you. Okay, you begin to speak it. So I'm going to do this. This is going to be a journey here. I don't know how many videos I'll do, but I feel like this is a conversation to be on. So then, what you say is, these are the 7 I am. This is who the word is. 7 I am states. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:5. So then if you are in Christ, you will know the truth. Do you see that? You will know you have life. If Christ is the life, which we just covered that, the word existed before reality existed, and through word reality came into being. So that same word changes your life and your being. So then if Jesus is the life came through Jesus, then how you speak, because he was a word, changes your reality. So if there's life in Christ and you have accepted Jesus, you can say, I have life because of Jesus. I am healed. I am healthy. I will say, Lord, thank you. I have perfect blood pressure because of Jesus, because he's my life. I say those things audibly because life and death is in the power of the tongue, and the word is so important to life that it existed. So you get a hold of these things. For example, we'll talk about these things. We'll spend time on it. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. This part of me may be dead right now, but because I have Jesus in me, this part's going to be resurrected. This part is not going to stay injured. This part is not going to stay lame. This part is not going to remain sick. I don't care what the doctor says. I believe the report of the word that existed before the beginning. In him is resurrection and life. I have that now because it's in Jesus. And if Jesus is in me, he flows in me. You know why? He's the vine. Are you getting this? Life flows out of the vine into the branch. I am a branch, Jesus says. If he is the vine, the source of life, and I am a branch. If you are in me, well, I've accepted you, Jesus, then I have life. Do you see this? But I don't just think it. I have to let my words match my thinking, or I'm going to walk around speaking death and sickness and depression and God just kept turning this in me last night. Before reality, God kept saying to me, before reality was literally words, was the word. That was so fundamental through the night as he shared with me. And I pondered this all night as he shared this with me. And I get up and I'm reading them, I'm getting it, Lord. I don't talk, I live by faith, not by sight. So it's not that I look at something and go, well, this bad thing, this bad thing. No. I walk by faith in the word, knowing that that's good stuff. So we need to talk about this. You don't have to remain sick, depressed, addicted. Yes, you can literally start turning those things around by how you talk, letting it reflect the Christ that's in you. Who you are in Christ is vital, but who you say you are in Christ is even more vital, because if he's a word, then he needs to, even God had to speak this reality into existence. This didn't come to be until the word said the words. Until the word said the words, this couldn't have been a reality. Until you use your words, because you're made in the image of Christ, until you use your word, your reality doesn't exist. The reality that you speak exists. It defines you. That is more important than the devil wants you to believe. Very important stuff. Maybe we should talk about this over the next video or two, or see how long it goes. I believe that this is vital and important. Let this part rest on you. Ponder who you are in Christ and begin to say who you are in Christ. It's important. But God bless you guys. I'm Pastor Aaron of Grace and Truth Church, man. We really want to see not just a doctrine preached. We want to see lives literally changed by the truth, the way, and the life of Jesus Christ. That's what we want to do with Grace and Truth Church. If you're looking for a church, 10:30 Mondays, Sunday mornings, join us here in Dunbar. God bless you. Be in Christ and say what you are in Christ. See that your life